Good morning. It is 8:07 a.m. on Sunday, November 7th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I hope you all remember to do your time change. I have a little bit of a sore throat right now because I, you know, we had our root role playing game session last night, and it was a lot of fun. I think the complexity of the story is starting to click into place. People are getting more familiar with the system. It's exciting. I'm pleased with it, and um, I got my players to laugh at my funny voices a couple of times, which is a big win for me. Um, but I think one of them in particular might have contributed to the sore throat because it was a guy who talks like this, and yeah, and even just trying to do it right now is just like, uh, anyone who does voice acting knows that those sorts of gravelly voices wreak havoc in your throat. But they're so fun though. Hmm. Anyway, I am thinking that today is the day that I'm going to go get my COVID booster shot. I originally received the Johnson and Johnson shot, and so uh, they have released recommendations now that people who got that shot can get a booster shot, and that the booster shot can be anything. So I'm gonna probably go out and do that today. I think. Hopefully, it won't hit me too hard. Well, we'll see. I'm not worried about it, other than just like I know some people have side effects for a little while, so I don't know. I'm keeping an eye out for that might happen. But yeah, uh, I'm finding myself still thinking a lot about Eternals. Uh, my opinion not changing on it, but just feeling compelled to see how other people feel about it. And, none of that seeking out of what other people are saying about it has really changed anything about how I felt about it, which is that by and large, I liked it a lot. But that I could understand why it might not work for some people because it's sort of like a very niche flavor of ice cream where not everyone's gonna like it, but if it's what you're looking for, then it's so good. Uh, I tend to be a person who really resists the idea of having to pit different stories against one another, and so it's a very common practice for anyone who wants to review this one to have to say, well, I liked it not as much as Shang-Chi, but more than Black Widow, but I always sort of resist wanting to rank them in that way. Um, but what I will say just is that I think I'm left thinking about it more than either of those. And I liked those. I liked Black Widow, and I liked Shang-Chi a lot in terms of it being just a really fun, enjoyable movie. It made me care about the characters and all of that sort of thing. I really, really enjoyed it. It was great in a more traditional Marvel movie way. Whereas Eternals, like, I liked it in a different way, and part of what I liked about it in this other way is just that it just left me thinking a lot about it and just imagining the different pieces of it that necessarily off screen because it's depicting thousands of years of history, so it's like it can't show every single moment, but just thinking about the characters and where they might go from here. Like, it's it's an interesting nuance, I think, because again, I'm not going to spoil, other than to say, uh, for Shang-Chi, I'm not really left wondering what's going to happen. I'm interested to see whatever happens next, but I'm not left thinking, I wonder if it could be this, or if it could be this, or if it could be this. It's more just kind of like, that movie was fun. I will go see the next movie and see what happens. Whereas with Eternals, I'm left pondering the implications of where the characters are left, and saying, but if this happens, then what about this? And is this person really in that situation, or is it like this? And left like my brain more engaged with it. It's interesting in that regard. In any case, a weird comparison, perhaps, but I find that I'd been kind of thinking about rewatching The Sopranos lately, anyway, um, because I think I rewatched season one back when people were talking all about like the Many Saints of Newark, the movie that came out, and then I kind of fell off of it for a little while just because there's other things. But oddly enough, it was thinking about Eternals and their complex, messy family history that made me last night sort of feel engaged to watch more of The Sopranos again. So, I don't know. Your mileage may vary, but that's where my head's at. So, I'll leave it there for now and talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.